How to reduce an enlarged prostate. If you're a man who's up all night going to the bathroom but only a trickle of urine is coming out, or you're noticing constant pressure down there, know that this is not just a normal part of aging. It's often caused by an enlarged prostate putting pressure on the tubes from your bladder. In this video, you'll learn about the 6 trigger foods that men don't often realize are causing their prostates to swell up, followed by some of the most well-studied natural foods and remedies which allow the prostate to calm down on its own so that you can fully empty your bladder and get a proper night's sleep. Studies show that 50 to 60% of men have prostate enlargement over age 50. What you're really feeling here is a gland that is simply trying to protect itself. Your prostate gland sits just below your bladder and it's wrapped around the narrow urine tube called the urethra. But why does it swell up in the first place and cause all of these problems? Well, the prostate has little alarm sensors which detect toxins in your body. When they sense irritation from inflammatory foods like seed oils, alcohol, sugar, or even fragments of bad bacteria, the alarm starts to go off. Your immune system floods the area with white blood cells to defend the tissue, causing the gland to start swelling up and pressing against your bladder so you can't fully empty it. Now, younger or healthier men may not notice any problems at all because their metabolism clears out this inflammation quickly. But if you're aging, have insulin resistance, or carrying a bit of extra visceral body fat, this protective reaction never shuts off, and the prostate thickens its walls more and more, trying desperately to shield itself from constant oxidative stress and hormonal imbalances. It should normally be the size of a walnut, but it can grow as big as an orange if it's left unchecked. And eventually, this enlargement can lead to infections, prostatitis, and an increased prostate cancer risk. Many men use medications like finasteride to block growth hormones like DHT, which do help the situation, but they do not fix the root cause. So to make your prostate truly calm down, stop growing and reduce in size, first you will need to eliminate the foods in your diet which are causing this alarm system to go off, before using simple remedies to balance hormones and calm the inflammation. So now you know about the alarm, let's look at the 6 foods that are setting it off. The first one is milk. Ever notice that your prostate symptoms feel worse after milk, cheese or yogurt? That feeling of pressure or a slower urine stream is caused by the natural growth hormones in milk, which can overstimulate the prostate gland and make it swell up against your bladder. A large study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that higher dairy intake significantly raised IGF-1 levels in men. This is one of the main drivers of prostate cell growth. Conventional milk also has A1 casein. This is a protein which can trigger inflammation in those who are sensitive to it. So if your prostate is becoming enlarged, you should try to limit dairy-based foods, especially milk, butter and cheese. But if you still want something creamy, blend a spoonful of unsweetened almond butter with water. This will make a smooth, natural milk alternative without the hormonal effect. And instead of using regular cheese, try goat cheese, which has gentler proteins and far less growth hormones, making it a lot easier on your prostate. And then we have vegetable oils like sunflower, canola, corn and soybean, which are often promoted as heart healthy, but inside the body they actually do the opposite. When they are heated up and used to fry foods, especially starchy foods and proteins, these oils oxidize and they create toxic compounds that inflame the lining of your blood vessels, especially those delicate ones that surround your prostate. They also drive insulin resistance, which raises growth hormones like DHT and makes the prostate become enlarged. So avoid fried foods, crisps, margarine, and store-bought salad dressings entirely. Likely cook your own meals with some extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, or cold-pressed coconut oil, which are anti-inflammatory, safer oils for your body in general. The next offending food is sugar and starch. When you were younger, your body handled sweets and starchy foods much better. But as we age, we become more insulin resistant. Foods like bread, biscuits, pasta, and crackers quickly turn into blood sugar, spiking insulin and driving up hormones like DHT, which makes the prostate grow and thicken over time. They also make your body retain water, which can trigger even more trips to the bathroom at night. So start to shift your meals more towards real food, like meat, fish, vegetables, and healthy fats. And if you want something sweet, go for a few berries or a square of dark chocolate. The magnesium can actually help relax the muscles around your bladder for a smoother flow. And I'll talk more about these natural remedies for your prostate in a bit. But first, let's look at a hidden trigger that most men never even realize they're eating. Soy protein isolates are used in diet shakes, vegan burgers, protein bars, and many of the processed meats. They may sound healthy because they're soy, but they may be quietly making your prostate problems worse. Those isolated, highly processed soy powders can spike your insulin, which drives up hormones like DHT and estrogen. Both are linked to prostate growth. Soy also has a lot of phytic acid, which can block minerals like zinc that your prostate depends on. And most of the commercially grown soy is genetically modified and sprayed with chemicals that disrupt your hormones even further. So if you already have prostate symptoms, avoid these isolated soy proteins completely, so you will need to start reading the labels. However, fermented soy foods like miso, tempeh, or natto are different. The microbes used in fermentation actually remove the harsh compounds, making them much safer for your body. Now, I know you don't want to hear this, but here's the truth. Beer or lager may feel relaxing at the end of the day, but it's one of the most estrogenic drinks a man can have. It's brewed from hops, a plant rich in phytoestrogens, which can throw your hormone balance off and cause the prostate to swell. It also puts a strain on your liver, making it harder to clear out hormones like estrogen and insulin, keeping your inflammation high and irritating your bladder and urethra. If you do drink occasionally, keep it light and do stop before 8 p.m. Try swapping the nightly beer for some sparkling water with lemon or a low alcohol kombucha around 0.5% or less. Flavors like ginger lemon or green tea kombucha will relax your body after a long day, whilst also supporting your gut bacteria and liver instead of burdening them. I also wanted to mention quickly about caffeinated and soda drinks. A large study in the American Journal of Epidemiology found that men who drank more than 2 cups of coffee per day had double the risk of worsening urinary symptoms compared to non-coffee drinkers. You see, caffeine increases urine production and irritates the bladder lining, while artificial sweeteners in diet sodas can have a similar effect. So I would suggest limiting coffee to the morning only, giving it plenty of time to leave your system before bed. If you prefer, you can switch to green tea, which has just enough caffeine to lift your energy, but also antioxidants that are proven to soothe inflammation in the prostate. So these are the foods that you want to avoid triggering prostate flare-ups as much as possible. And now you can move on to using some of the best remedies to shrink the gland down naturally. And the number one remedy is pumpkin seed oil. A clinical study found that men taking pumpkin seed oil for 12 weeks had better urinary flow and much fewer nighttime trips to the bathroom. Pumpkin seeds are rich in phytosterols, you see, which block DHT. This is a hormone that makes your prostate tissue grow. They also have a lot of zinc, a mineral that your prostate relies on to stay calm and balanced. When zinc runs low, inflammation rises and the gland becomes more reactive. So the easiest thing that you can do is consume 1 teaspoon of cold-pressed pumpkin seed oil before a meal each day so that your prostate may begin shrinking steadily over time. It would also be a good idea to eat a small handful of roasted pumpkin seeds with a pinch of sea salt daily, as again, this is known to be the #1 best natural remedy for prostate enlargement. I'd also suggest focusing on raising your vitamin D levels. Your prostate gland has vitamin D receptors, which help to keep inflammation and growth under control. But as we age, our bodies struggle to absorb and make enough active vitamin D. Studies show that low vitamin D has been linked to larger prostate size, higher DHT, and more inflammation. So the simple solution to this is take at least 20,000 international units of vitamin D3 per day, which is about the same amount that you would get exposing your skin to the sunlight for 40 minutes, so it's not as much as it sounds. I would also pair this with magnesium glycinate, which helps relax tight prostate tissue and help you to sleep more deeply at night. Magnesium is also essential because it activates vitamin D and helps to control that swelling in the prostate. And now here's a very tasty prostate shrinking meal. Organic tomato paste is one of the richest natural sources of lycopene in the world, a red plant pigment that's been shown in studies to significantly lower PSA levels and shrink the prostate. The good news is cooking tomato paste actually makes it 2 to 3 times more absorbable. This is because the heat breaks open the plant's cell walls, releasing more lycopene in a form that your body can use. A very simple healing dish is to gently heat 2 tablespoons of organic tomato paste with 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. Add a pinch of sea salt, black pepper, and dried oregano. Then you can serve this over some grilled chicken, sautéed courgette strips, or spoon it into a small baked sweet potato. Eat this paste 3 to 4 times per week to gently reduce prostate swelling over time. And the next remedy is to release trapped urine in your bladder. Most men with prostate issues spend long hours sitting at work, in the car, or relaxing at home. But sitting too much compresses your lower body, it tightens the pelvic floor and puts pressure on your bladder and urethra. Over time, combined with the prostate issues, this tightness makes it harder to fully empty your bladder. Imagine a hose pipe that's been stepped on. But the good news is you can gently restore the flow and comfort with some short daily stretches. Now just lie on your back, bring one knee to your chest and take a deep breath, hold for 30 seconds, then switch legs and do it again. Next, plant both of your feet flat and slowly lift your hips into a bridge. Hold for 5 seconds and then lower. Repeat this 5 to 10 times. And then finish with a deep squat hold for 30 minutes if your knees are up to it. These light movements will help to loosen the pelvic floor, improve circulation, and let your urethra open so that you can empty your bladder more fully and reduce pressure. If you do sit a lot, try standing up every 45 minutes and walking gently for 15 minutes after eating. Trust me, your bladder and your prostate will thank you for the space to relax. And to give your prostate a little extra help, stinging nettle root has been shown to reduce prostate swelling and improve urine flow in older men. This particular herb works by gently lowering DHT levels and easing inflammation directly inside the gland. In one double-blind study, 558 patients with BPH took nettle root for 6 months, and they saw significant improvements in urinary symptoms, flow rate, and prostate size. So try to take a daily 300 mg capsule of stinging nettle root extract or as directed on the back of the label. So if you really want to get serious about your prostate health, here's a 30-day plan of action. Step 1. Avoid the 6 trigger foods as much as possible and switch to prostate-friendly alternatives. And don't drink liquids at least 3 hours before bed to reduce nighttime trips to the bathroom. Step 2. Get enough vitamin D3 and magnesium to calm inflammation in the prostate and improve its natural function. Get some natural vitamin C every day as well from lemons, citrus roots, berries or raw cabbage, and try to get more zinc in your diet from grass-fed red meats, pumpkin seeds and just a little bit of dark chocolate. Step 3. Use the pumpkin seed oil, the stinging nettle root, and the tomato paste with your meals to naturally shrink the prostate by blocking growth factors. Step 4. Reduce pressure on the prostate end with knee hugs, bridge lifts, and squat exercises, especially if you sit around a lot or are overweight, and go for a 15-minute walk after meals to lower insulin spikes. Step 5. Prostate issues don't fix overnight. You have to be consistent with small changes over time. Your body knows how to heal itself, it just needs the right support. So do stay patient, keep showing up, and track your progress. Work with your doctor. Checking your PSA or symptoms every few months can keep you on the right track. Your body also has a unique healing factor, which allows it to literally eat at its own diseases without medications. And I've put the information up on how to do that with the video on screen now. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I wish you great health, wealth, and happiness.